Okay, hello. I'm showing you this video picture of my cell phone so I can isolate the date and time in this video file. As you can see, it's 2:33 p.m. on October 6, 2013, and my name is Leslie Williams. The reason why I'm making this particular video file is because I'm a targeted individual. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego County. A targeted individual meaning being a target of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be called gang stalking. My statements that I'm making right now are also being tape recorded on this digital tape recorder. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because of what I'm doing, and I'm showing you that reason right now. This right here, okay, is one set of hiking gear. Okay, inside of it has multiple sleeping blankets that are brand new, haven't even been used yet. They're still in the packaging. A tent, tarp, tent poles, long johns, brand new long johns that haven't even been used yet. And then backup stuff that is needed to aid and abet in my needs that I need for a hiking, like a camping place where I plan on pitching the tent at. This right here is actually a second part of see, what I'm doing is I'm making up emergency kits. And the reason why I got a little bit distracted once I showed you this one is because the first hiking area has already been found. And as a result, last week I took the tent and some other items at that one. This is the backup stuff that's going to that one. This right here is a full one. Okay? This right here is the secondary part of a full one. The first part is already over at that area. This right here is the same exact type of thing, but this is going to be an emergency kit, a grab and go. Actually, all of these are actually grab and goes, because what I'm doing, and I gotta explain this fast because this is going to be a short video file, is for one, the purpose of this video is to show you that I am in possession of this property. Look at all of it. Okay? It's all bagged up, different property. And I'm going to tell you something right now. What is in this big bag here is a lot of property, because I am very, very, very good at packing. Okay? Plus you got all this right here. Okay? And these are loose ends, but every single bit of it matters, trust me, okay? And some food and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm showing you this, and also the erected tent that I'm currently sleeping in, and the reason why I'm showing you this is because as a result of me being a target of gang stalking, I am stalked and harassed everywhere I go through clever methods and means. Now, I know that you just heard an individual talking. It's very low in the background. They set up some homeless freaks or individuals who are pretending to be homeless about 200 feet away. If you went to YouTube and typed in gang stalking bullying on steroids, you'll come to understand that a targeted individual is being covered on a local news broadcast. And he is stating that he is harassed everywhere he goes, that he can't even go play golf or whatever without him being harassed, and that he's even harassed at his own home. Okay? As a result of the neighbors engaging in gang stalking of him. They anchored him to believe that he's being gang stalked because he plays loud music at night. Bullshit. See, in organized stalking and gang stalking expeditions, what they do is anchor a false reason in a target's mind why they're being gang stalked. It's not because he was playing loud music at night. More than likely, he was being targeted because they want his home, and probably also for sexual servitude rings, because there are a lot of homosexuals in these sexual human trafficking rings. And he's a small man. Trust me, I know exactly what I'm talking about. I've been a target of this crime openly now for 12 full years, every single day. And you would not believe what I have literally witnessed before my eyes. So I know what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, I'm going to show you all of this property from a distance. And this is by no means the amount of property that I have here at this hiking area. As a result of them, see, organized stalking and gang stalking targets are made homeless. We are then even gang stalked to separate apartment buildings when we go to try to rent another apartment. Because initially, when the campaign is first started, we believe it's just the area that we're living in, or the neighbors, or the neighborhood. So we believe if we move from one area to another one, that it'll stop. And then once we realize that it continues in the second, third, and fourth apartment building that we go to, that it's not going to stop. So then we'll just give up on renting apartments and go to motel rooms. We're gang stalked to there as well. We just give up our hands and throw our hands in the air and say, well, I'll just go camping. We're gang stalked to our camping areas as well. Now, when you look at that news broadcast titled a gang stalking bullying on steroids at YouTube, you'll be able to see that he's stalked everywhere he goes, including at his home. And if you research these criminalities in-depthly, okay, extensively, you'll see that gang stalking targets are stalked to motel rooms, apartment buildings, their physical houses, and hiking areas. Now, if they in the gang stalking bullying on steroids video of an individual being covered on the news, think about this. If you research these crimes and cross-reference gang stalking to motel rooms, houses, apartment buildings, hiking areas, and the fact that gang stalking targets are harassed everywhere they go along all the routes, do you honestly think that they're not going to gang stalk a target to a hiking area? Yes, they will. Now, the little whores, the bums, the skanks that they set up 200 feet away, periodically yell gang stalking at least 3 to 4 to 5 to 7 times a day from a distance. And the reason why they're doing it is their way to remind me that these individuals are in my area, in my physical proximity, okay, to let me know that they have been brought on board in the gang stalking campaign by literally yelling the name of the crime. It's done to keep me in a constant neural mental loop that I'm a victim of the crime by repeating gang stalking, not just here, but along all my routes as well. Okay, now see that bicyclist going by right now? They also have bicyclists that have gone by and said it as well. Now, right now in my physical possession, I have over 700 separate audio files of gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking, gang stalk. Oh my God, weird, crazy, gang stalk, gang stalker, gang stalking. Oh my God, crazy, weird. And physical gestures. I can't catch that on a digital tape recorder though, because tape recorders are audio files being done and said around me everywhere I go, every single day for the last year and a half. That's right, and audio files do not lie. Now, they also will say, gang stalker, why don't you come and steal her stuff? They've also had the bicyclists say the same thing as they went by, and 2 separate students at UCSD Price Center said, gang stalker, why don't you go and steal her stuff? On 2 separate occasions at UCSD Price Center. Recently, I just found a blog written by a Rachel O stating that she was gang stalked at the food court, which is at the Price Center on UCSD campus. She left there, got on bus route 41, and then was gang stalked on the bus route. I'm being gang stalked on MTS bus like you would not believe. That's right. Now, as a result of being a target of this crime, one of the things that they do is try to steer your thinking about the criminality that's happening to you by reminding you that it's happening to you, by literally getting around you along all your routes, including at your hiking area, and literally having the audacity to constantly repeat the name of the crime. And then when they do that, they will also say things to anchor fear in your mind that something's going to happen to you and or your property, like, gang stalker, why don't you come and steal her stuff? At UCSD, they'll say, gang stalker, why don't you go and steal her stuff? That's right. Or they'll say, gang stalker, why don't you call the cops on her? Or, gang stalker, why don't you get her out of here? This is not only done to anchor fear that something's going to happen in reference to me being caught where I'm hiking at, but it's also done to try and make me look like a paranoid schizophrenic. This is literally how they operate. And if you don't believe me, go to YouTube, go to Google, and type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know, a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. He flat out states that diagnosing targets with schizophrenia is one of their main methods. So you got to look at this. If they're trying to make a target paranoid that their property is going to get stolen because fear and anxiety wears a person out, mentally, physiologically, and psychologically. That's right, because they use their property to survive. Gang stalker, why don't you come and steal her stuff? That's done to anchor the fear, and then if the target complains about it, they call the target paranoid schizophrenic. Why don't you come and steal her stuff? That's designed to make the target paranoid their stuff will be stolen. They complain about it, and then they're called paranoid schizophrenic. That's right. And the goal, in part, is to take syndicated probate control. That's why the homelessness is created, in order to call out the target's existing finances, to exploit the target's insurance, and to exploit the target sexually in the syndicated run group home that they're put in as a result of them being connected to syndicated probate lawyers and judges. That's right. That's right. Now, my name is Leslie Williams. I'm not involved in any criminal or legal activity whatsoever. I keep this area totally clean. The only reason why this is out today is because I had to filter through everything to categorize it in order to build these identical kits. I'm going to be going to 3 to 4 separate hiking areas, and that way when they gang stalk me to those, I can just pick up a few items that I need to survive and move to another area. Because them stalking me from one place to another place to another place is my way to prove the stalking's happening. Now you see that tape recorder sitting on that log right there, right at the end of my finger. You see it? that tape recorder has picked up them saying gang stalking from a distance. But since they're syndicated to, well, actually, it's the police officers. The syndicated cops and the individuals that are in the system that are perpetrating these crimes are using these idiots and probably paying them off with community resources that people donate to, like charities, churches, food banks. They're told what to do and how to do it. That's right. Towards me, for me to hear. And this is done to keep me in a psychological mindset that my property is going to get stolen when I leave it on any given day to go to the library or to go to surveil other hiking areas. That's why it's hidden cleverly here at this area, and that's why I'm showing you a video picture of it now to show you that it exists. They believe they don't care if a video is on the internet showing that I have this property, because they'll just steal it when I'm not here and say, prove that I stole it. To bait me to call the cops, so the cops can come down here. That guy can call me crazy for saying that he stole my stuff. The cops will say, well, neither one of you belong here and you gotta leave. They get away with the effects of the crime while I don't have my property because they stole it, and while the police officer probably files a police report about me being homeless. It's the eventual documentation that happens over time between the doctor's reports, county mental health, social services, even certain charity reports, and police reports is how they gain the syndicated probate control. The idiot they set up, I already know that that idiot is being managed by the San Diego police, because I caught a San Diego police officer walking down up and through here, walked over there, heard him talking, then I saw the cop car pull off. Why didn't he tell him to leave? And then 2 days later, they tried to move closer to my hiking area. That's why I set up those black weatherization sheets right there. That's right. That was going to be so that they could harass me more openly from a distance while the tree brush is covering them in order to interrupt my sleep. That's right. A sleepy target who has no sleep is more vulnerable because they're not thinking clearly. Their goal is to break you down mentally, psychologically, physically, and financially. Now, so we're going to see if any problems transpire at this hiking area. Where that dead tree is at. G-I-L-L. What's the opposite of woman? Times 2. I've been here for 10 months. And these are the expeditions of gang stalking. And in closing, I want to tell you this. This is the 4th hiking area I've been gang stalked to. So how did they notice that these freaks up here if they didn't know I was here? How are the bicyclists going by and saying gang stalking unless they know I'm here? Which meant I was stalked to here from the last place I was at, which shows stalking on more than one occasion. That's right. I'm in San Diego, California. My name is Leslie Williams. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth. We're going to see if any incident happens at this hiking area, including as a result of my property being stolen. And here today's date, proving to you what today's date is. And I'm predicting it right now. Thank you.